Spacey Sims, and we are back with more Ayakashi Koigikyoku, and we are doing Yuki's normal ending. I was like, it's not really a bad ending. Well, they're never really that great. I mean, what happened in why can't I remember Kasumi's route? Kosei's route, he just decided to be we were going to own him. And I don't remember what happened in Kasumi's route. Let's just say Kasumi. We got points for him for asking. That's fucking ridiculous. Why? I'm gonna guess it doesn't matter who we ask, we get points. Because he's like, yeah, you like asking about our friend. I don't know. Look, some of these will get wrong. I don't know, but yeah, I don't remember what Kasumi's bad ending was. We were gonna marry Akito. Oh, did he? Oh! No! But then he kicked us out of the village and he was like, yep, I'm gonna be the chief of the village and here you go, you're out, bye! And he like banned us from the village and we were like, right? Isn't that what happened? Anyway, don't talk to him. Okay. I'm not gonna bother reading the things. Like, I didn't talk to him. Like, just like, ignoring him would totally be like a bad thing to do, right? So, sounds good. Okie dokie. I just wish there was an auto skip feature instead of me sitting here and like trying to like hold this key down. It hurts. A little? Damn it. You know when it doesn't instantly go to the text, you're like, frick, I still got points for that. I couldn't remember what the question was, so I was like, is the question like, did I scare you? And you're like, a little bit. Sounds like it'd be better than like, no, not at all. I don't know. But and we will try to skip properly. I feel like we could do when we get to the what am I thinking? When we get into before we get to chapter 15, because it'll automatically just I don't like that it skips everything as opposed to just skipping the red text, but I guess that's because that shows you that there's more effort put in when it's skip red text. Okay, only the things that you've read through before as opposed to just holding down a button and skipping everything. Because holding down a button and skipping everything is like the cheap way to do it. You know what I mean? Like, I'm skipping... I could have not read this. I could skip through all of the end of chapter 15 and the normal ending, and it's like we never read any of that. So, I don't know. Yeah. There we go. Haha! Sometimes I'm good at picking the wrong answers. We're like... half. Alright, but that's true. Sometimes you just gotta like I don't remember what we're at and what happened here, but it's like it doesn't and like it does and like that seemed like the opposite answer. Like ignore him. Yeah, like I don't know. Like dude, I'm winging it here, okay? Because the guide usually only just says, like, choose the opposite answers. But there's 3, so you don't know what technically the opposite is. It's just something else other than what we chose, which you have a 50-50 chance of still being a decent answer. But again, I don't know if the coding behind it is, okay, well, like that choice where we had to ask, I won't forgive you? Really? Really? Seriously? We just said, I won't forgive you. And then we literally just said, I'm kidding. Bitch. The fuck. I saw that when skipping through. I'm kidding. You won't? I'm kidding. That is not what I chose. I chose, I won't forgive you. God damn it. But like in that first choice where you're like, oh yeah, I want to know what you like to eat. Cool. You'd think that gets more like maybe even choosing the other guys get you points, but maybe they don't get you as many. You know what I mean? Like... oh, you get 2 points if you say Yuki, but you get 1 for the other guys? Beat! Comfort him. Damn it. Okay, I guess beating him. I was gonna go for beating him up, but then I was like, oh, but we told him to get out. So maybe if we comfort him, it's just, you know, I was like... they're all kind of the same, but... one, we're being aggressive with them. the right answer and saying, get out! And the other would say, yeah, I'm going to beat you up. Oh, I'm going to comfort you. And then maybe he would be like, God, you're like undermining my masculinity or some shit. Although comforting him you'd think would be a good thing, which it was, but... Look, I guess I'm really good at this game. It's not hard to be good at this game. A majority of the answers are right, but... I think we only need a few, because when I went through and had to redo Kosei's ending, I only redid 4 of the answers. You know what I mean? And chose opposite things. So, like, I think we're fine. We could go to the ending now. Maybe it's fun to go alone. Yeah. There you go. He's like, we should go for a walk. Maybe we shouldn't. I don't think you need that many wrong answers. I think you just need a few. And that's probably what the guide was, like, realizing, like, hey, you just need, like, a couple. You know, if you get all of them, you get the super happy ending. All right. So chances are, if you were skipping through this game, you're bound to get at least 1 or 2 wrong. I don't like anything scary. Okay. You know what I mean? And I think by now we're probably fine. Because we've gotten at least... I've lost count, but I know we've gotten at least 4 wrong answers. Because I counted 2, and then the first 2, when we had 4 out of 4, we had 4. 2 out of 2. 2 out of 2. 2 out of 4. Half of the answers... And then now we've done several more, and I know we've gotten at least 2 more. So we've gotten at least 4 wrong answers so far in all the choices. We should be fine at this point. So it doesn't matter what happens. And honestly, I could probably just start at the end. Like, one of my last saves and do it that way instead of going through the whole game, I bet. Let's go back to the shoot. Cool, we're doing really good at getting the wrong answers now. Let's go back. This song is just like stuck in your head. It's kind of annoying, but I mean, it's not bad, but it's not like it gets irritating though. It's like, I don't know. I think it's don't say anything. Damn it. Damn it. All right, it's fine. I'm just trying really hard to get all the wrong answers, guys. I think part of it why it bought like the song kind of like grates on me is because when I was trying to originally set this up and the sound wasn't working in my capture card and the capture software, it was like just so it was like screechy and awful. Oh my god. So it just hurt. And so now like I just can't hear the song. See, I love the CG. Just can't hear that song without hearing that in my brain somewhere. So both. Like, there's like the 2 main songs that are played in this. Here's the other one. Oh, bird, I need to scratch my neck, but you're sitting in the spot that I need to scratch, so I'm gonna have to sneak around you. Don't bite me. Don't get mad at me. Sorry, I can't. I'm using both hands here. Well, okay. That's not a trouble. I understand, but... Well, yeah, I get it, but like... yeah, you cause me trouble. You cause me a trouble. An absolute trouble. Still my favorite thing. I don't know. I don't know what chapter we're in now, to be honest. Well, we'll know when he gets kidnapped and Keisuke attacks us and he's like, I was just doing it for reasons. Were you really? You can imagine that. I love how he just leaves it like that and everyone's just like, okay. Like, sure, they set it up where, like, he attacks them and, like, kidnaps Yuki, and you're like, the fuck? It doesn't matter. Oh, maybe that, yeah, okay. Yeah, I can see where that would have been okay. Like, it doesn't matter that we're different. Oh, well. Well, like, so they set up Keisuke and they do that, but they do that in other games where, like, you're like, I'm gonna call bullshit that my love interest is really stabbing me in the back. But this isn't Keisuke's route, right? So you're like, well, maybe, and then maybe he's always been kind of shady, and then you go, you know what I mean? Like, so, I was like, okay, I believe it. And then when they're like, did he really? Because, like, the moon's out and he knew it. And it's like, all right, so you're trying to make me think that he was actually trying to help you doing his job, but didn't actually want to... Okay, I'll fall for that. And then you get to the end and it's like, I think he was just trying to help us secretly. And, like, Yuki's like that. And they're like, is that true? And he's like, whatever you want to think. That's not an answer. Like, I'm not sure if I love or hate that. Like, do I love that? Because you're like, that's interesting. It lets you kind of think about Keisuke what you want to think. Like, if you were so mad the whole time and you're like, bullshit, he was trying to help us. He's a shady asshole. And then Yuki's like, I forgive him. And then you're like, God damn you. Or if, you know, or just the translation was just that bad. What were you thinking? Damn it. That was not the wrong answer, huh? But then we all just go back to playing music together and everything's all great. It's just like, really? Okay. I mean, you know him better than I do. I mean, I still love him. Don't get me wrong. I'm absolutely with them. Like, yeah, sure. He was just trying to, it was fine. It's fine. He does weird things for weird reasons, but we love him anyway. I'd forgive him. I absolutely would. But smart me is like, I mean, should we? And then me who plays the Tome games is like, no, I don't care. He's got beautiful hair.
And I love him. It's okay if he stabs me. It's fine. I'll accept it. Choke me harder, Daddy.
I don't know. Fuck. Ask him to be a fox? Really? God damn it. Now I'm doing too... Like, I just figured telling him to turn into a fox would be a bad idea. Yuki, be a fox. I think it's sexy. What? Nothing. Oh. Hey. Yeah, Keisuke and Kosei are like my top two, definitely. We said this in the last part. Akito, I'm getting more fond of. Like, as we go through the routes, he becomes more likable. Like, he was very likable in this route. You're like, oh, he's kind of nice. He's not as angry with us. Which is weird, because I understand, like, obviously they have to make that character who's like, whatever, I don't like you, and then totally likes you, and then like, you're like, why does this have to be so, like, why do you have to be such a dick? But you understand why he hates you, you know what I mean? Like the story that everyone's learned about the Magatama and all that stuff. But then he doesn't know that story's bullshit in this, but he's just being super nice. Like, it's okay, we'll find Yuki and like whatever, and it's like, damn it. I mean, I guess telling him to talk to them made a bit... I don't know. I think we're fine getting the bad end. We're still the normal. Which, again, I guess Kosei's was supposed to seem like a bad ending, but I can play it off in my head like, no, it's okay. Like, we own him and we're his master, but like, it's okay. We can follow him anyway. Like, get mad. Damn it! Because faking crying is when we got sour at him. Get sour at him. Just felt like we're being pouty, like, I'm kidding. But being mad, like, fuck you! It's not. If you're like, they'd be like, oh, come on, stop. But if you're like, fuck you, then it wouldn't go well. So I just figured telling him to fuck off would not be a good thing. But apparently he likes it when we abuse him like that. I don't know. Like how Keisuke just pops up. Hey, it was me. Hi. I'm just gonna kick your asses now. Whatever. I mean, seriously, though, look at him. Look at that face. If he was like, I'm gonna stab you now, you're like, okay. Cry out for help. Okay. Stop it, Keisuke. No. Oh, no, this is chapter 14. We're in chapter 14 now. When we get to we have to get our last choice, and then we'll just kind of, we can skip through it like, we can do this, manually skip through it instead of holding it down and letting it auto skip. We can quick line skip, so we'll do that. Da-da-da-da-da. All right, so here we go. We go in. Yuki's behind bars, with the bar through his neck, but not really. The elder shows up. Okay. Think carefully. I want you to think carefully before making your decision. Okay, so now we're going to... Here we go. Normal end. Woo! We did it, guys. We got the normal end. We suck at this. I mean, we're awesome at that. Wait. Yuki! I screamed. There were enormous power poured out from Yuki had his eyes closed. Wow. Wow, that's amazing. Holy shit. I can't believe I read that exactly as it's typed. And didn't... Wow. Okay, anyway, I screamed. Enormous power poured out and Yuki had his eyes closed. I don't know where... But it's saying enormous power is pouring out from Yuki who had his eyes closed? Maybe? I don't... Anyway. What's he going to do? Just gonna leave that. I grab my Magatama, but it doesn't react at all. I won't depend on the power of the Magatama. Okay, so the power must be pouring out of him. Okay, great. That's what it meant in that sentence. Anyway, Yuki said it clearly and screamed. That moment, there was a sound that's exploding and attacked the one that was nearby. I can't. Sometimes it's just more fun to read the way it's actually written. Anyway, I'm going to be blown away. As I was thinking that, there was someone carrying me. Yuki was carrying me and jumped. Yuki already switched to the fox, and there was ears and tails on him. Okay, so like Yuki was carrying me. He was turned into a fox. I.e., he had ears and tails. There you go. Yuki! The elder screamed. Because of Yuki's power, the prison was broken. That's actually comprehensible. Like, I can comprehend that sentence compared to everything else that's happened so far. Yuki was coming down towards the place where it was rubbled. You used your power without using the Magatama? I fixed that one a little for you.
Yeah, that's right.
Yuki laughed in a lower voice. Why did you do this? Because you're a dick.
I'm not going to be a pet of yours.
Yuki placed me gently and stood in front of me as if he was covering me, protecting me. Okay, that's better.
I want to protect her. That's my only hope.
That's the only hope, but I'm assuming he means that's my only hope. We wouldn't give you permission. I mean, duh. The elder raised his hand. I love it. The elders raised his hand. Is he an elder or are there multiple elders? Like, let's just... The elders raised their hands? No. The elder raised his hand. He's not a plural. He's singular. I just wanna... Okay, anyway. From this signal, there were servant foxes of the elders who started attacking Yuki. Okay.
You're in a way!
In a way. Not our way, just a way. Peace out. Yuki was attacking without hesitating, and the foxes coming... Oh, at the foxes coming towards us. All the foxes are gone. Okay. He's strong.
Let's go.
He carried me again and ran like he's jumping. Damn it! Chase him! Catch him and take her away from that thing! What thing? Are you calling him a thing or the necklace? Like, I don't... Anyway. From the elder's voice, there was a huge number of foxes coming towards us and attack. These last chapters are always the fucking worst. Always the worst. I feel like they did a quick cleanup of the rest of the chapters where some of them... Again, I feel like it was just... We just grabbed a bunch of random chapters, like half the game, and we cleaned that up to where it's somewhat readable, and then the rest of it we just left the fucking trash heap that it was. And the endings were just left as the dumpster fires that they started out as. Which is kind of funny, but also painful. But for Yuki, who has his power out of control, they wouldn't be a match. That's messy, but you can at least understand it. As Yuki carried me, he beat all the foxes.
It's only that.
It's only what? Yuki had his smile. It didn't take too much until he's done fighting. Alright. His power was out of control and he kicked all their asses. Basically all we need to know. He beat all the foxes and destroyed the chief house, and we were able to run away. Okay, here's the thing. He destroyed the chief's house. Really? That huge fucking house? He destroyed the whole house? I'm guessing what you mean is, like, he made a fucking mess of that shit as we were going. Like, your house is trashed after, like, a fucking kegger, but, like, you didn't actually destroy it. It's just destroyed. You know, air quotes around that. Like, whoa, this place is destroyed, but not, like, literally, like, a tornado blew through and leveled the shit, right? But it says the chief's house. Wasn't he in his family's house? Are they all fucking related? Can we, like, maybe you shouldn't be mad at Yuki's mother for, like, crossbreeding because, like, you're inbreeding and it's kind of fucking gross, is all I'm saying. Because everybody's, like, our ancestor. But, like, okay, you're in a village. I mean, I guess if you're in that small of a village, maybe everyone's kind of, like, related? I guess? But it's weird, like, our ancestor. Well, like, okay, you think of yourself, the village is our ancestor, right? Like, you would say in general, like, oh, our ancestors. They're not all, my ancestor is not your ancestor, but we'd say our ancestors. You know, it's just like a turn of phrase, right? But it's literally like, he was the chief, and I would assume that maybe the chiefdom is passed down. Obviously, if Akito's supposed to be the next chief and his father is the chief right now, right? But then they're like, Yuki, oh, he's the head household. The head of the village. Isn't that the chief? But then so it's like, so are they all like fucking cousins or some shit? Like, I don't know what's going on, and it's really fucking weird. And I kind of want a map of the family because it's confusing me, and I don't like when I stop for 30 minutes in a game and I have to, like, try to analyze the logistics. Like, make it clear. Like, you know, like, Akito and Kasumi are chief kids. Okay. Kosei is, like, some pretentious person's kid. Okay, like, you know, whatever. Okay. And then Yuki was like a half-breed. All right. But his ancestor, his family is the head. Isn't that the chief? But it's different. But now it's the chief's house, but it was the head's house. I don't know. I'm not sure I care that much, but I do, because it's like, I need, like, look, I can suspend my disbelief sometimes where you're like, all right, that doesn't quite make sense, but all right. But then sometimes this comes up and you're like, I don't understand this. It ruins, it takes me out. Oh, it's the typos that make, like, the translation that takes me out. But anyway, so, I don't know. Somebody's house got destroyed. We fucked that shit up and we out. Anyway, when we got to the edge of the village, Yuki put me down. Most comprehensible sentence in this entire fucking chapter. Yuki used his power so much that he's breathing roughly. Oh my god, there's two. Yuki, are you alright? We're on a roll. Yeah, not a problem. When he calms his breath down, Yuki was checking his arm since he's turned into the fox form. Okay, see, and now we're back. We had 4 sentences. Anyway. While he calms his breathing, Yuki was checking his arms since he's turned into the fox form. Okay, right. Well, what happened? Did you get injured? No, that's not it. Yuki denied it, but his profile was somehow sad. Why do you have that face? Yuki couldn't answer. It was too late. It was Keisuke who appeared. Keisuke, did you come to take us back? I was glaring at Keisuke. I wanted him to explain about why he was attacking everybody and kidnapped Yuki. I mean, I get her sentiment. Why did you attack everyone? Why did you kidnap Yuki? But that's not how she phrased it. It sounded weird. Stop! That's okay. Yuki stopped me. I understood what he wanted to do. Huh? So please don't blame Keisuke. But, Yuki, you knew. You knew when you did this. He looks so sad. That's not true. But it was only a conclusion. It was only a guess, basically. Okay. I see. You wished to be like this. I couldn't understand a thing of what they were saying. I'm just extremely worried about being too late. What do you mean, too late? With my question, Yuki faced back and bit his lip. Yuki, isn't it something you're supposed to explain? Isn't it something that you are supposed to explain from you? Wouldn't it be best if you explain this shit? It's best if she hears it from you. Any one of those. Pick one. Anyway. I know that! Yuki yelled. In that voice, rather than his anger, there was his sadness. Then, the next word that I heard from Yuki was unbelievable. Unbelievable. I can't turn into a human form anymore. What? Why?
I've reached the limit of using my power. I didn't know this would happen.
You can't go back?
Yeah, it's impossible. I've never heard of Yuki who's half fox.
Wait. I've never heard of Yuki who's half fox has been gone back to the human form before. That doesn't make any sense. He's saying, I get what they're saying. He uses power and now it's impossible for him to go back. Okay, I get that, but I've never heard of Yuki who's half fox has been gone back to his human form before. But Yuki has been able to go back to his human form before. So that's like, I've never heard of. I'm guessing what he's trying to say is I've never heard of anyone who's half fox being able to go back to their human form when at this state. Like, you know what I mean? Like, at this point. Like, wherever Yuki is. Instead of Yuki, Keisuke answered, but he made no sense, so. Why did you... That's not...
I just wanted to protect you. I wanted to protect you and use my power. When I used it, it's like this.
It's my fault.
That's wrong. The fault's on me, and also, I wish to become like this in my heart.
Like this? To become a fox?
Yeah. I can't live being in between. I had to make a choice at some point.
You couldn't stay a half fox?
No. At least for me.
I chose being in a fox form over us. It's like story of my life. Really? After everything I did for you? Anyway. Yuki said it as if he'd given up.
I'm not strong like you.
Yuki said so as if to check something, placing his hand on my head, sliding his hand to my cheek, and wrapping my hair around his fingers.
So, it's goodbye.
I couldn't understand the word for a moment. Huh?
It's the last time to see you.
What are you talking about? You're joking.
I can't tell jokes right here. If I can't turn into a human form, I can't stay next to you.
What? Why? You said you love me. We can all feel this right now. But you said you love me. Yeah, but I gotta go. But wait, I don't understand.
Yes, I do love you.
Oh. Aw. Yuki hugged tight at me, almost crying. Game, this could have been such a good moment, but as if he didn't want to leave me.
I'll love you forever, so please be happy.
What are you saying? If you're not around, I won't be happy.
I can't make you happy. After I turned into this, I can't make you happy.
You can't stay with me? I can't stop crying. The situation, I can't take it. I held on to Yuki's body with that feeling.
Yes, we can't change.
I can't bear.
Same with me, but it's not like we can't see each other forever.
What?
I'll be watching over you from afar. Whatever happens to you, I'll find you. I'll protect you.
Well, that's going to be really freaky when we finally meet someone else. Or that we'll always be thinking he's out there somewhere, so we won't ever want to find someone else because we know he's out there somewhere. You know what I mean? So depressing. At least Kosei was with us, and we're like, he's there with me, and you could just imagine... I mean, technically, I guess with this, you could imagine that Yuki's going to be with you. With his word, I could understand that he wouldn't change his mind. So, we have to do this?
Yes.
All right. Yuki, I can believe that I can see you again?
Yes, promise.
Okay, that's a promise. I don't know whether this promise will be kept or not, but I had to believe him. That's the worst. This isn't goodbye forever.
Yes, it fucking is. Don't you lie to me. I will never forgive you. I will see you in hell, and you'll be like, "See, I told you it's this doesn't count, motherfucker. I'm the one that's going to torture you for eternity."
I hold a grudge, is all I'm saying. Okay. I hold fucking grudges. like, I know there's going to be people, that's not good, you should just let it go. No! Holding a grudge for you saying that. I'm just kidding. Like, eventually, but like, there's a point where like, still you'll be like, it was 20 years ago, but I'm still pissed about that, you dick. I took my pinky out. Yuki crossed his pinky on mine, and we made a promise.
Right, I'm going.
He was in fox form, but when he was leaving, he had an expression he used to have in the old Yuki in human form.
Spacey, thank you. I was happy that I got to meet you.
Same with me. Yep. At the end, Yuki called my name. I'll love you forever. As Yuki kissed me gently, he vanished. Didn't even fade him out. They just poofed him out. From the audience's seat, there was cheering, expressive guitar, and lightly played keyboard. But Yuki... There was no Yuki. As a drummer, there's a support member. It's not the replacement of Yuki, but as if that was how it was from the beginning. Hey, what happened? You don't look good. My cousin, who was looking at them from the side of the stage, looked at me worried. What happened? No, nothing. Yeah, that's okay. I was thinking for a moment and asked him, Foxier's drummer is... Huh? What are you talking about? Well, my cousin's answer was that was what I have imagined. The sad reality isn't going to change. Interesting. That's what I was wondering. When she said the drummer, and he's like, what? And I was like, they're going to say that, like, that guy's always been there and there was, like, Yuki never existed? How the hell did they change everyone's perception and, like, all the media? They just, like, all of a sudden people were like, in this magazine, this is a blank page in a magazine. It's weird. How did they just totally erase Yuki from existence? Weird. There's no drummer in Foxier. It was a weird band structure, but they've been working like that from the beginning, so can't change it now. From the beginning? Yeah, what are you talking about? Yeah, I'm sorry. When I returned, everyone's memory was changed, but again, how did they change, like, magazine article? This is some Mandela level effect right there, okay? You were like... You're just like, everyone's like, you don't remember that band member? Yuki was the drummer. He was always the drummer. And everyone's like, what the fuck are you talking about? No, he wasn't. And someone is like, I swear to fucking God! Did you forget that he existed when they turned on the Hadron Collider? Did you forget? Like, I'm serious. Like, this is the Mandela effect right fucking here. Like, there is literally someone in that audience like, I remember Yuki. You don't remember the little kid, blonde, like yellow hair? You don't remember him at all? Ah! Like, you must have been thinking of, like, a guest drummer. No! He was, like, always there. Anyway. Foxier is a group of 4, and there was no one called Yuki as a member. That's how it is. Yuki. And again, there's... Weird. As the first songs finished, the next song started. There was a drummer that I didn't even know the name of who started to beat the stick. The song... It was the last song that Yuki composed. Yuki was looking forward to the day that everyone played it. Hey, what happened? Nothing. It's nothing. From my eyes, there were tears pouring out. Because it's his song for us. Kasumi talked to me, noticing my tears. I know it's not going to make you feel any better, but please don't be so sad. Yeah. He's not dead, so you'll be able to see him one day. I know. I understand that you can't get over it. And to be honest... It's painful for me, too. But Yuki chose this. But why are they still playing in the band? You know what I mean? Like, they don't have to get the Magatama. I mean, I guess technically they do, but, like, I'm right here, and it's like, we're gonna do this forever? Weird. Keisuke's words echoed heavily in my mind. Keisuke attacked everyone, but everyone acts as if nothing had happened. I think everyone's accepting it, or they don't remember, because we're just having a fucking moment. Like... We're like, the Large Hadron Collider was kicked in, and now we've all forgotten what happened? And they're like, Yuki who? And you're like, fucking A, I'm in like a weird parallel universe. It's transported to another reality. We've all had those moments. You know what I mean? You've had those moments where you just remember everything totally wrong. And you're like, yeah, no, 100%, I am sure this is it. And then you look and you're like, it's not. And you're like, the fuck? What? Like when they do the Pikachu thing, like, is this the way Pikachu's tail looked? Or was it like this? You're 100, like, it was always like that. Like, I know. I have a fucking, like, pillow, like a Pikachu pillow from, like, 100 fucking years ago. And you pull it out and you're like, and it does not have the black tip on the tail. And I swear, the fuck? It's really just because people have shitty fucking memories, okay? It's really not any kind of weird conspiracy theory. It's literally we just have shit memories. Like... collective, and you could say, and it's collective memory. One person says one thing and it just becomes this cult phenomenon and then everyone's like, remembers it that way, but it's wrong. You know, it's just, anyway, it's just the way it goes. People have shit memories, and when you forget that, you just start filling in things. You're like, yeah, no, that seems right. Like, anyway, Keisuke, you knew it would happen, right? To become like this? Say the truth. That's why you attacked us, so that he'd make up his mind. I thought so too. Don't know. I'll leave it to your imagination. What he said to us earlier. He didn't give us space to ask him more. With Keisuke's attitude, Kasumi and Kosei didn't ask him again. If you want, I'll erase your memory too. Keisuke looked at me with a very serious face. What do you mean? Fox here. I mean, the one who adjusted everyone's memory was Keisuke. Adjusted memory? That's why my cousin didn't remember? Again, though, you adjusted everyone's memory, but how did you literally run around the world and get rid of all the magazine articles and, like, radio articles and, like, because it's not like, oh, he was on the radio and someone's like, don't you remember he was talking on the radio? Like, someone could be doing, again, having that weird thing. But someone would have it recorded. There'd be archives. It's the digital age. Someone has got pictures of him saved on their phone. They're like, he's my favorite member. And I got a whole entire photo on my phone of just pictures of him. Look, we all fucking have shit like that. Okay, I'm not even, like... Right? You're like... Someone's got, like, fucking posters of him plastered all over their fucking wall. What did you do? The person's like, see this guy. And they're like, who's that? Like, how did you... All right, look, this is one of those things that's never going to be explained. It's going to drive me fucking crazy. So, literally 10 years from now, I'm going to be like, how, though? Anyway. It's one of my powers. I mean, it's not going to work on the owner of the Magatama. So, I'll be the only one who remembers Yuki. And that's it. If you want to, then, it will work on you, too. What do you want to do? Keisuke looked at me and said it. It's very painful, but... I was thinking about it for a second. My mind was about to explode and I won't be able to hold it, but I don't need that. I said it clearly. When something happened to me, Yuki told me he's going to be there to protect me. I believe that. I believe that I can see him someday. That's how I should have read it. Even if I can't see him anymore, I don't want to erase the memories I cherish. You're a very strong person. Very strong person is not what he wanted to say. Yuki, I was looking at the photo that I got at the concert hall reception when I met Fox here for the first time. There was Yuki and Kosei. If everyone's memory has been adjusted, I thought this photo would be gone too. But he's still there on the photo. Is it because I have this? Or did Keisuke... In the photo, there's Yuki who's playing lively at the drum. On the side, there was a message. That's true, because we had to choose that in the beginning before we chose the person's path, right? And I thought that would kind of, but it's weird because we chose the one with Kosei because that was the route we were going to go down and I love him. So I was like, yeah, we'll take this one. And that plays into this, but none of the other ones have that. Interesting. Weird. Anyway. And the song that I can send you my love forever. That's weird. He's lying. As I was holding onto my tears, I put the photo away at the back of my desk. That night, I saw a strange dream. But it's not a dream that I'm seeing for the first time. It was the same dream I had when I met Foxy for the first time. Oh, okay, the mysterious voices. Leave with the fox from this village, or as a yin-yang master, you seal him. Make your choice. I can understand now. This is the memory from the Magatama. My ancestor had sealed the chief of the Fox village. It's the memory of that sealing. It's time for goodbye. There's a beautiful white fox with golden eyes looking towards me. Sounds exactly like Keisuke, right? From the back of their eyes, there was a feeling for an eternal love. Okay. You two were in love. My mind was also hurting. This figure of the white fox was blurred and changing. The one who appeared was Yuki. Yuki! I was happy to meet you. Wait, Yuki! Don't leave me! Yuki! As I was screaming and chasing, Yuki was going further away. Eventually, Yuki went inside the darkness. Or so he disappeared in the darkness. This is a long-ass ending. Yuki, I'm lonely. It was dark outside the window. I was crying inside my bed. For humans, the fox Wait, is it always not meant to be? Okay. Is it basically, are we always not meant to be together, humans and foxes? Okay, whatever. Figure that one out. Anyway, for us, for our ancestors and Yuki's parents, they were never. That's very sad. I grabbed onto my Magatama. Yuki, I want to see you. In that moment, there was a cold breeze touching my cheek. What? Did I open the window? Spacey. Huh? I felt like my name was called. I turned toward the window, but there were the curtains that were swaying, receiving the wind. Okay, curtains were blowing in the wind, basically. No Yuki? Aww. That's kind of like a sad ending. I mean, the thing is you want to believe when he's like, we'll see each other again, that you could play off on this one, right? That the same way with like Kosei's ending. With Kosei's ending, you could be like, I know he's saying like, oh, I have to serve you and blah, blah, blah. You own me. But it's like, yeah, but we could like, you could figure out a way that like they could work it out and still be in love and stuff. Okay, so you could fanfic that in your head, right? You could kind of do it with this one that he's not there, but maybe he like magically appears to you sometimes. You can't be together and live together every single day, but it's like a super long distance relationship where he like pops in once in a while and you're like, hey! And everyone's like, you should get a boyfriend. And you're like, no, that's cool because I have my boyfriend who like just magically pops in my window as like a fox dude and like I can't tell you about him and like, you know. You know what I mean? Like you could still, but it's just that little ending where it's like, he just whispers your name and he's just gone. And you're like, what the fuck? That's where it kind of stings you. You're like, oh, that's a slap in the face. You're telling me I never actually will see him again. But it took me a little bit out of the fantasy that you could write off that, yeah, she'll see him again. So it's not a painful. I don't like I like the bad endings when it's like, oh, you get a bad ending. And you're like, oh, I totally died. And that was kind of fucking weird and funny. And then you go and you do your like, you get your good ending, your happy ending, and everything's great. But when you do these ones like this where it's like, oh, it kind of hurt. I don't know if I like that. You know what I mean? Like, I do not want to leave. Oh. But anyway. So that was Yuki's route. So yeah, we will start Keisuke's route in the next part. So I hope you enjoyed this. Well, his route. I mean, we still got 2 more routes to go. So anyway, I will see you guys next time. Remember to give the video a big thumbs up and subscribe to see more.